Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
Greetings, Scoopalings! Welcome to this week's episode of the Nintendo Shack podcast. I am joined here with Donnie. Delvin fell off a boat, and
it's gone.
Yeah,
Rest in
he's
peace.
gone. He fell off the boat, and he is no longer with us. No, Donnie, how are you? It is good to talk to you this weekend. What's been going on?
I'm fine. I'm good. It's been a fine week.
You sound like you have a sore throat.
It's going around the house. I'm good. I just woke up, so it usually, I don't know how everybody else. I feel like I've done this like my entire 30s, but as I go into my 40s, like I need like an hour of fluids every morning to like clear my throat.
Yeah, especially this time of the year, like the changing of the seasons. It's getting
Melissa
colder,
wasn't feeling
the air
well
is getting
this
drier.
And we have a couple of people at work that's taken off, but no, I'm good. It's just
good.
It's been a long week, work wise. I kind of sometimes PSVG turns into like therapy, and we had like one of those sessions this week because I really needed it.
I mean, that's what podcasting is, right? It's therapy.
Sometimes.
It's therapy for us. It's therapy for our listeners.
Sometimes PSVG more so than Shaq, I think, but sometimes. And yeah, so I haven't done a ton of gaming. But yeah, no, all in all, I can't complain too much. It's been a pretty good week. Halloween is right around the corner. I spent the entire night last night watching horror movies to wash down the Buckeye game that was pathetic. And then today we're going out to celebrate my wife's birthday. We're gonna go out to dinner and have some fun. So yeah, I can't complain too much. It's been
happy birthday to her.
Week. How about yourself? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I got my COVID shot and flu shot at the same time.
Nice.
And
good
thought that I would
there.
die because you know how sometimes you get those like symptoms for getting the boosties. I didn't get any this time, which is
You've
great.
had them before, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I get like really bad side effect and sometimes nothing.
Interesting.
Yeah, no correlation with which one it is, just whatever. I'm good. I have been sleeping a lot this weekend because work also, just it's a lot. I played a game this week, not on Switch. It's on PC only right now that Melissa might like if she is willing to sit down on a computer. I don't know if she
Definitely
does
not.
that at all.
Definitely not.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I hope that this game comes to Switch. This is a game that you're going to be hearing the name of because it is about to blow up. It is like it's like on the rise right now. It's
Okay.
called web fishing.
Web fishing. Let me
And
write this down.
Google it. It has kind of the aesthetic of like a short hike and Animal Crossing, like old school
Oh,
Animal
that is your shit.
Crossing.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like kind of that low poly look. You
Sure.
can be either a cat or a dog. You can kind of customize your character, and it's like multiplayer, 12 friends on a server type of game. You can also play it offline. And you go fishing. And
Okay.
it's super chill. And you can catch all these fish and you can upgrade your rod and different lures and
She might like it.
bobbers.
It's funny.
And
She hates fishing. Do you like real fishing, like in life?
no,
Neither do I. Like I hate fishing. I always have. I
don't like killing animals.
Well, it's not even that. I just think it's a boring affair. Like it's one of the most boring things. I think I broke my dad's heart. He took me fishing when I was little, and I was like, "Can we leave?" Like I was like, he's like, "It's fun." I'm like, "Have you played a video game? This is not fun." Like, I'm sorry. This is what you had to do for fun when you were little, but this is not it. My kids actually like fishing, so they go with their grandpa.
Okay.
They like it.
Well,
No,
there you go.
not Jack as much. Victoria likes to go fishing.
Ah, okay.
But anyway, sorry. Get off the point.
No, that's
Melissa
okay. Well,
doesn't
like,
fish at all.
you don't-
But
you
in
don't
Animal
need-
Crossing, fishing is her shit.
yes. Well,
She's like, I gotta catch I'm like, why? Why do you care so
I hope
much?
this game comes to Switch them because it's it's very chill. You sit there,
100%,
you
Kyle.
fish. There's an in-game chat where you can chat with the people in your server, and there's lots of secrets. Like you can go and you can sell your fish, and you can upgrade and get all of these lots of cosmetics, clothes, different types of faces, and there's like
Nice.
secret areas and like all these different things to find. There's like a little guitar you can buy that you can play the guitar in the game. It's just like Animal Crossing if fishing was the primary objective with actual good online, and it's very cute. And
Nice.
it's so simple, but I've been obsessed. It is just a joy. Me and my friends have hopped on Discord. I play with Josh. He's in the other room. And web fishing. It's $5, by the way. $5. And
$5.
yeah.
$5.
Very, very good. That's what's been kind of taking up my time.
It's good stuff.
So it's not on Switch. I don't know if it plans to come on Switch. Apparently there is a roadmap for updates. But besides that, I've been playing a couple Mario Party Jamboree games here and there.
You
What
played
is
that
good Mario Party game?
You played that Bowser, the imposter Bowser mode?
I didn't play that game.
It's
I played
good.
a lot
It's
of
fun.
Coopathlon. We were gonna play that game, but somebody
Said it sucked.
the host didn't do the tutorial yet, so we couldn't play it.
It kind of all right. Just elevator pitch. I played 2 games
tell
of
me.
it. It's like Nintendo Land. Yeah,
That's all you need to say.
Yeah, right. Like I started playing it, and I was like, wait a second. like I've played shit like this before. Like that's exactly like if they made you could take that game and put it in Nintendo Land, and like people wouldn't know the difference. Like it feels like a Nintendo Land game.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that mode. I am not interested at all in the single player. Like, I'll probably never touch that.
That's fine.
But I have been having a blast with the boards and also Coopathlon. I am a god.
Yeah, that's
at
what it's called. Bowser Kaboom Squad.
I have never been better at a video game than I
Coopathlon.
am at Coopathlon.
This is like
holy crap.
Is this like the Battle Royale thing?
Yeah, kind of, where it's like it has all these players and then you have to go around so many laps and you get a coin. Each coin you get, you take it, an additional
Do folks
space.
get eliminated as you go?
No.
Okay, so then not.
No, but every 3 games Bowser appears and it's survival. If you don't clear it, you go back like 20 or 30 spaces depending on your place. So it like kind of evens it out if you're, because like 2 or 3 people out of the 20 will maybe survive. Like they're hard. They're very hard.
It was on my to-do list to play, and then I played the Bowser thing for no reason. I was just like, oh, what is this? I was just like in the air balloon, like looking around, like,
Yeah.
what is that? And
You played it
clicked
by
on it and
yourself with
started playing on
views?
it. I played it by myself twice.
Okay.
And then I was digging it so much, I was like, hey, Jack, come get this controller. Like, let me show you something. And he liked it too.
Okay.
So like that game, so you're dropped on like this little map and like you can kind of run around on it. Like we played like the cityscape and they're like rounds. There's like 5 rounds. So Bowser is like crunching around like Godzilla on this map. He's just like, "Rrr." And you and like 9 others are thrown into this map and like you have to like shoot Bowser with a cannon. But to do that, you have to collect like 20 bombs just to fire it like one time.
Oh.
So you run around, there's a timer. You all run around, these boxes fall. You have to break the boxes. And it's not easy. It's not like just break the box. Like you got to wear the box down.
Do they all have bombs in them, or is it
Yeah,
random?
they've got bombs in them.
Okay.
And while Bowser is going around trying to kill you, he's trying to
Yeah.
shoot you with fire and all that. And so you fill up the cannon with 20 bombs if you can before the timer runs out. And then you can shoot Bowser and you take some of his health down. And then in between the rounds, you play a mini game. And the mini game are a group mini game. So you have to do something together as a group.
Okay.
And then how well you do in that, you earn power-ups to help you do the overworld game better.
So the objective is for everybody to bring down Bowser?
Yeah, it's a co-op fair. It's player versus everyone. So
the opposite of Koopathlon.
Yeah, I was exactly just about to say that. I was like, it sounds like the opposite of what you're doing. It's the co-op of that.
Okay. Well, listen, I will try that.
And then I'll try the other.
Yeah. Now, can we highlight that message in chat from Hyrule? She's almost too good at Koopathlon. He watched me do it on stream.
Good.
Almost
Becca
too
said,
good.
I'm too strong.
Yes, I just want to put that out there. I'm very good at it.
Nice.
I'm not usually very good at a video game. I'm usually mediocre at a video game. This one I'm very good at. So
yeah, I'm okay. So I'm playing Retro Realms.
Yeah. You told me a little bit
of it. It's really hard. Like now it sucks. Like now it's getting really hard.
That's the Halloween themed one, right? Where it's all the scary games.
Yeah, it's Halloween and Ash versus the Evil Dead. And yeah, like I reached a point where it was getting hard in Halloween, so I was like, I'm gonna go grind on Evil Dead for a minute. And then I didn't realize this, but I got an email from the Retro Realms folks. You know, they sent out codes early because the collector's editions aren't out yet. But they didn't send out the DLC codes. So they sent me mine and they're like, oh, here's your DLC.
Oh.
So they have like extra characters. So you plays like Laurie Strode and Kelly Maxwell. Laurie being like, Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis, the character, Michael, and Laurie. So Laurie is like, I wish I had had her from the beginning because she has like a double jump. So like all the characters have like their own little thing, kind of like a Streets of Rage thing. They all have like their own little special power-ups and all this stuff.
Makes sense.
And actually every game kind of changes based on the character. Like the pickups and the items are different. Like the dialogue is different. So there's a lot of replayability.
Yeah.
But man, when you get late into some of the later level, it gets and it's hard. Like I suck. Like I just suck at games. So I'm playing it and I am still actually really liking it a lot.
Yeah.
But
I think that's the thing. Like, can you still enjoy it? Like, there are some games where if you suck, you really can't enjoy it. But other games, you can still enjoy it if you suck. And I feel like that it's just like how the game.
I wish there was another way of like making progress on the collectibles besides just being good at the game. That would be nice. But like I'm trying not to. I'm just not letting myself get frustrated with it. When it gets hard, I just stop and play some Mario Party or something. And I come back later.
Yeah.
So I like that's basically been.
And then sometimes you come back and you get it the first time after trying 1,500 times before.
Yeah, not so much with this one, but yeah, that's the hope. That's the idea. I come back and I go, nope, it's still hard. I have seen some folks complain about input delay. I don't know if I'm good enough to like I haven't really found like I'm pressing buttons and the feedback doesn't feel right. I don't know like what they're talking about, but maybe they are. Maybe if they're counting frames and stuff, maybe there is something like that there. There are times, like I told you last week, there are times where the game feels like cheap hard.
Yeah.
They just like, like
that's not fun.
Like you have to jump on little platforms while like like enemies are like waving across the screen and their enemies on the
That's
platform.
too
And it's like
much.
you have
That's
to
too
get
much.
really precise. It's like, come on, man. I just want to see like the cool Halloween stuff, like I'm
Is
not
there
here
any
trying to
kind
do
of
all
setting
this.
to like decrease difficulty or give you like an assist
No.
or anything?
All you can do is you can keep grinding to unlock more like skill points. They have like things you can upgrade. You can like
Okay.
make your health stronger. You can make your
So it's kind of
weapons.
like a roguelite.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like more just like an old school arcade game. But
Okay,
yeah,
that's fair.
it's like Ghosts and Goblins and stuff,
Oof.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
an elevator pitch I want to hear.
Yeah. It's more like that but it's cool looking. It looks cool,
Yeah.
but it's hard. Harder than I want it to be. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, can I get like an easy character? Like, where's Cranky Kong? Like, where's that DLC?
Right? Funky mode.
Yeah, exactly. I did want to talk to you about the analog.
I was going to ask you, you got yours.
Yeah,
I was
not only
wrong. I just want to put that out
completely.
there. Analog must have gotten their stuff together because I was completely wrong. I looked way later in the day and it was still up.
Oh, they're still up now.
Is it really? Okay.
You can still take an order if you want one right now. Here's the funny
black
thing, Rebecca.
ones.
The black one. The white one sold out in like 90 minutes.
Wow.
Where is that? Who are those
I
people?
wonder if maybe they made fewer of those. So that might have sold out quicker just because
Maybe,
they
I
didn't make
guess.
as many of those.
But for it to sell out that fast?
I know. I don't know.
Why
I don't know
the
who's
white?
buying that one.
Because
I don't
I'm
know.
with you. Like I wasn't opposed to buying the white if it's all I had. Like if that was the option, I still would have got it. But I think the white is spectacularly the worst looking version of it. Like it's
I just feel like white tech when it comes to consoles, what other kind of devices, it screams like mid to late 2000s futurism.
American Psycho.
Like when they unveiled the white iPhone for the first time, I was
For sure.
like, no. Like I
And
kept
then
having
it became like the
everyone
whole
had a
aesthetic for
white
decades.
iPhone.
Yeah.
Yes, a white
Yeah.
and like the white Wii U.
Take that,
Ew,
Rob
get it out of
3000.
my face. I have the black Wii U.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
the fact that the PS5 is white, disgusting. Get it out of my face. I swapped that shell as fast as I could. It's just I don't know. I don't like that
There are
aesthetic.
people. I blame it. I think it's a Euro thing. I'm blaming
The
it on
only
Euro
thing that
folks.
I like it for, and admittedly I don't have, is if your entire PC setup is white. I think that's nice and girly and cute. Like if it has like pink, like white with like pink, like accessory. But my whole setup is black. I will buy a console in black. I have the black Wii U. My Wii is disgusting because it's white.
Yeah, my Wii is white too.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah, I make fun of Rob and BMOX because they have that white aesthetic thing where all of their stuff matches. It's like they have the white Switch with the white PS5 and the white computer. That's why I laugh when you're like, it's girly, it's funny.
It's what like it's what they thought futurism was gonna look like. I don't know.
That's why I call it sterile.
Sterile, yeah.
That's why I don't like it. It's sterile.
Ugh.
I like my gaming setup is like cozy. It's lots of colors. It doesn't match. It's not a theme. It looks lived in. When you see like that clean desk with all white accessories, it's like
do you even game or do you just look at it?
That's how exactly. I'm like, what is the game to take photos of your desk? Like what are you doing?
Yes, it probably is for a lot of people.
Hey, better.
Anyway, not
anyway,
crapping
I
on
got
people
my
who
order.
got the white one. If you got the white one, please continue to listen to us.
I got the order, which it was super easy. I read on Reddit that they have, maybe they didn't have this before, or maybe they did. So they have a limit per customer, and they verify your payment before you check out. You have to double verify your payment on your card.
What does double verify mean? What do you have to do?
So it's like you put in your card, and then like your bank sends you a text message to confirm.
Oh, I don't remember that. I think I do
multi-factor.
remember a limit of 2, but I don't remember doing that.
And so I put in my card, and MasterCard was like, we've seen that you had to plug in these 6 numbers. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I did that.
I guess that prevents bots, right?
Yeah. You can't buy a whole bunch of them with the same payment method or whatever.
Yeah.
So I bought it, and this just kicked off. I have obliterated my gaming budget. I'm actually gonna have to be somewhat very tight moving forward, like maybe until the Switch 2 drops, because it just unleashed something in me. Once I bought it, of course I wanted controllers. I'm not a big fan of like the 8-bit look of the controller. I haven't held it yet, obviously. Like I plan on getting one, but it's like not my favorite. Also, black has not been up for sale yet. It's just the white, and I'm like, absolutely not.
No,
Like it's
especially
serving
not to
Wii U
mix and
Pro
match.
controller.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm a fan of the Retro Brawler 64, and they have a limited wireless release for the Switch in gold that matches my Switch Lite and my other Pro controllers. I was like, I gotta have it. So I bought this immediately.
Listen, don't discount that you can plug in your OG N64 controller into the system.
Right, but all of my OG 64 controllers that I have are ice blue because I have an ice blue controller, and aesthetics matter. The whole thing to me is we made fun of people that have all white everything.
So true.
So I bought 4 wired gray Brawler 64s too.
Why do you need 4?
Because
who's
there's
playing
4
with you?
we might have friends over. I don't know, Rebecca. I need to be prepared. So I got 4, and I didn't want black because I didn't want like the black console and the all black controllers. So I got the black console with the original OG gray controllers with the colored buttons. I was like, that's the look.
That is the look.
That's the look. And then I bought the wireless controller, the 4 wired controllers. Then I bought ROM hacks, a bunch of them. I want new games to play when this thing arrives.
Yeah.
And I'm actually excited to talk to you about one of them.
I want to hear what you picked.
So I bought Missing Links, which is an Ocarina of Time ROM hack that people like a lot. There's a
Kyle
bunch of them.
is listening right now, and he is the master of these kind of ROM hacks. So I'm sure he'll chime in if he's played any of the ones you're talking about.
Yeah. Kyle says Donnie is planning in advance. I'm nesting. I am nesting for N64.
Oh, look, see, love that ROM hack. There you go. He loves that one.
Okay, so there's a bunch of Zelda ROM hacks. I think Dusk and Dawn is the one I was doing research on him, and the YouTube video that I found said Dusk and Dawn was like kind of like the least, like the most boring of the 3.
Okay.
Like they had a tier list and they ranked it like C, and then they gave this one S tier, and they said that it was like very cohesive. Like it felt like a Nintendo game. It was like easy to play, and I was like, okay.
Missing Link?
Yeah, Missing Links.
Yeah.
And then and also he gets like a Kokiri sword, and when he hits it, like it shoots the blade power out, like the like old school, like Link to the Past. I was like, that's cool. There's another one called Sealed Palace, which is like getting all the rage. I think maybe it's like the newest one.
I feel like I've heard of that. Yeah.
It's big, and you can find a lot of people playing it, but apparently it's also like really obtuse, and like almost everybody that played it, it's like it took a minute to kind of figure out like what to do and where to go. And I was like, I don't want that experience. Like that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So I didn't get those. What else did I buy? Oh, I bought all the Pokemon games. Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Gold. They just on cartridge, slop them in, you get to play the Pokemon games without having. So I have the Game Boy Transfer Pack, but now I don't have to boot up Stadium to get the transfer pack. Like I just put the thing in and play.
Wait a second. You're buying these ROM carts?
Yeah, and they look legit. They look
you're
like,
insane.
Yeah. Yes.
Why would you buy them?
Because, like, why not? Because they look cool. Because I want Pokemon Yellow on my 64. Why not? Why wouldn't you buy that thing?
Get a flash cart and put a bunch of ROMs on that and stick that in your N64.
Yeah, but it's not as cool as when you have the cartridge like sitting there in the pile.
Oh my god, you're not gonna have any Switch 2 money.
Well, luckily for me, my Switch 2 money is all on a GameStop card, so I can't buy N64 stuff with that. I bought Smash Remix, which is Smash Bros, but with a bunch of new characters and stages and stuff.
You're not gonna play that.
I am. No, me and Jack are gonna play a lot of that actually. Yeah, that's probably what we play most.
Okay.
And then the last one, and I kind of bought this one just to talk about on the show, just to talk about with you, but perhaps my wife. I'm not going to take this like super long. The N64 was my wife's first video game console. When we were high school sweethearts, I bought her Nintendo 64 for her birthday, on our first birthday together, her 16th birthday. And it was her first video game. She wasn't allowed to have video games in the house. She loves, like, she's always down to play like Mario Party or Mario Golf. She loves Mario Golf, like to sit there, but she only wants to play the N64 version. When I tried GameCube, she's like, this sucks. And we tried the Switch, and she's like, no. Like she's
I
just
get
tied
it.
to
I
that
get
one.
it. Yep.
I've bought a fan translated copy of Animal Crossing for N64, the first one.
Oh, Animal
In English.
Forest. Yes.
Yeah.
That's enjoyable. I played it.
So I want to put her in front of it with the controller that she knows and be like, do you like this? Like, is this it? I have no idea if it's going to go well or not. I just thought it'd be something cool to have
Yeah.
in the pile of cards.
Animal Forest is fun.
So
It's
I bought
very
all that
different.
stuff.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Like that's what I have been playing a lot of games,
Insane,
but
I
I've been
respect it.
buying a lot of games.
Kind of.
I've been buying a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I'm stoked. I can't wait. I hope it comes out on my birthday. Like, it would be great if it could come out in March. That'd be
the
perfect.
Switch 2?
No. The analog.
Oh, right, because you're not getting this for a while. I totally forgot that this is you're
The Switch 2? No, God, no, Rebecca.
in 2025. I forgot.
Yeah, I have no idea how long we're gonna have to wait.
That's funny because Josh did get one as well. I think I overslept when it came out. I was home from work, and he got one, and it's funny because when I was saying like, oh, Santa's always listening, I totally didn't even realize that it's not going to come out before Christmas.
She's like, well, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can do what my wife does. She's notoriously bad at this. She waits. She's just such a procrastinator. She waits to the last moment to buy people's gifts, and then they never arrive on time. So we have countless Christmases where she's just handing people papers of Amazon pages.
Oh yeah, and here's this.
She's like, I bought you this. It'll be here in 2 weeks. It's like, oh my God.
That is funny. Yeah, I'm glad that you got one. I'm glad that it wasn't tough to get.
Yeah.
Especially the black one.
That I'm looking forward to.
That also makes me happy that Analog has like gotten their act together.
I hope it's like I still haven't seen. I've put all my faith that what they're saying is true and it's going to be awesome. And I hope there's like no shoe to drop. It's going to make me feel bad.
Yeah. I mean,
I just want people to be like, I love it. It's great.
Past products that nobody says anything bad about, the Pocket or the Super NT. So
yeah, it's like people complain about like limited quantities and ordering and the prices, but nobody complains about the actual stuff. They're like, no, it's awesome though. Mm-hmm. It's like, I paid $300 for a Game Boy, but it's the best Game Boy the world has ever seen.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, and N64 is that console for me. Like I give you $600 if it's like, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm
we'll
stoked.
have one too. Cool. Meanwhile, I'll just be playing back there the OG.
Yeah, I've still got mine. Yeah. So we've decided we're going to take the ice blue one and put it on the upstairs TV and officially retire the Wii.
Okay.
I have a modded Wii up there that only, to be honest with you, only I play. Because I still play. I play Guitar Hero. I play Rock Band. I was playing the Batman versus Robin game the other day. Or I mean, Batman and Robin, whatever it's called. I still play like Wii Sports, but it's just me. Nobody's really playing it anymore. So Jack was like, we could put it upstairs. And he's like, if it's upstairs, we might play it more. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's the move. So we'll have 2 64s in the house.
We'll do it now, and then you can enjoy that until the other one comes.
Maybe.
Or you'll get burnt out on N64 games.
I don't know if I want to fish out all those wires and stuff quite yet.
Yeah. That's fair. Anything else before we move into the news for the week?
No.
All right. Let's hear it.
Let's do it. All right. So that Nintendo secret playtest that you wanted to get into is live. And
I have things to say.
People instantly began streaming it and sharing clips about it and everything. It's I don't know, Roblox trash MMO game. Like I looked at it for all of 5 seconds. It was like absolutely not, and turned it off. So
I thought it looked cool and interesting, and I am mad that there are people who like aren't even going to touch it who got in.
No,
I just think it's interesting to be part of this experience.
Is it? Why? Why is it interesting? What's interesting about it?
Well, Nintendo's never done anything like this before, and just to be able to say that you were part of it.
That is the conditioning of Nintendo fans. I was there.
I was there.
I don't think this is a game. Right. Like I feel like they're testing like some sort of online infrastructure or something, some
Well, that's
server
exactly why I want to
logic.
be part of it. I want to
You
I
want the
want to be
t-shirt?
part of that. Yes, I
I
want the
survived
t-shirt.
the You just want the special
I just want to be
I was there and
included.
you weren't.
Exactly. Exactly. But now people are saying that to me. I wasn't there.
I could not even want to be there. I'm like, God, what trash. But people are playing it and they're doing weird web slinging, shooting things. Just, and I say that to say this: if there is actually a game here, let's just say 4 years from now, something comes out and it's like this. This is going to like probably like take over the world because of course it is. Like this is how detached from like pop culture gaming I am, is that nobody cares about Call of Duty and it's like $400 million budget and it's like world beating visuals and audio. People want trash looking Roblox game. Like that's the shit that gets the kids
Yep,
excited.
it
They want
is.
shit that can run on their calculators and their
Yep.
phones. They're like, look at this trash game. Let's play it for
Roblox is
40,000 hours.
the #1 game. But it's like Roblox, for those who don't know, Roblox is not like a game. It is like the storefront of lots of like small created games by like regular people usually.
Yeah. It's like a
And
game jam.
yeah, I got these kids who are talking about this game that they've been playing, this like kind of horror game, and I look it up and it's like this jank type of like game
Yeah.
that you would find deep down in the pages of Steam, made by like one guy, or like an itch.io type game,
Correct.
that is just the current phenomenon with kids that is like a piece of crap and it's free, and they're all
That's what they
talking
know.
about it. And
That's
there's
what they know.
millions of kids talking
They
about
know
it and playing it.
free. They know that we can get everybody together across any sort of devices that they have, right? And we can play together. And that's what gets
Mhm.
the kids going these days.
Mhm.
It's not God of War. It's not emotional dad games. It's
It's
nothing like that at
weird
all.
head popping out of toilet, and now they're all saying skibbity.
Exactly. So like watch this become the world's greatest game in 4 years time, and then I'll retire. Like that will officially be the time. Like, well, it's time for me to go. So I'll turn over the show to Jack or something, like the younger friends. So like, well, I'm no longer allowed
Roblox
to be
Shack.
here. Yeah, it's like, okay, Grandpa. Ubisoft has disbanded the Prince of Persia team and have confirmed reports that they are working on a new Rayman title, dubbed the episode title The Resurrection of Rayman. A remake is apparently in development with franchise creator Mike Lansell. Do you want a remake of Rayman?
No, but a new title would be interesting. I heard
new
about
title,
the what was it, the Montreal team closing
I don't
down.
remember which team, but whatever the team is,
And that made me sad, but I didn't hear about the new Rayman title. Why is
they
this
got
not bigger news?
disbanded across multiple different games. Like some of them went to go work on the new Division, some of them went to go work on something else, and then a team, our Beyond Good and Evil 2 was the one they got sent to, and then another group of the team, I think they said about a dozen or so, have went off to work on this Rayman title.
Oh, so it's not completely shuttered. They got just moved elsewhere.
Yeah, it wasn't mass layoffs. It was just like it was. This came on the announcement. The real announcement here that I didn't really put in here because we talked about PSVG. The real announcement here is there's not going to be a Lost Crown 2. The game did not sell very well as much as it was critically like held. It didn't sell that very well. So Ubisoft was like, we're not going to make a sequel.
We're never going to get another Prince of Persia game.
I think we'll get another Prince of Persia game, but it won't be a 2D Metroidvania game.
That's so
I know
sad.
that they have a couple Prince of Persia things in the works. I think they have a remake and like an all new game. So I think those are coming. We will get those.
Okay.
But another sequel to Lost Crown or something like Lost Crown, I don't think is the thing. So, but I know you've talked about it for a long time. You're excited for Rayman. They mentioned that they said we at Ubisoft are reevaluating our Rayman franchise. So I don't think just this remake is the only thing. And I'm wondering how far this remake goes. Is this like a cheap, we've up-resed everything HD Rayman and we bring that out as we announce a new Rayman? Like, is there something like that going on?
I'm going to be honest. The only Rayman game I've ever played is whatever the most recent one was. Legends, Rayman Legends.
Yeah, the Wii U one. Oh, you never played the old ones?
Nope.
Rayman on 64 is actually quite good. I think it was Rayman 2. Is that right, chat? So when you get your analog, or if you're sitting over there and you like go get a cart and pop it in that bad boy, give it a try. It's fun.
I should.
It's fun. I liked it. That was my first Rayman. I have not played any of the portable ones. I also love Legends. So I welcome Rayman coming back. I mean, that's kind of like all the rage right now. Like one of the things that's not in the news this week is the Croc HD game is like coming out. We've remastered Spyro, we've remastered Crash. Like that's kind of all the rage right now. We kind of keep doing this. So like, why not Rayman? I wish it was a part of a collection or something. Like I wish it was more than we're gonna remake Rayman. Like I don't know. Maybe when they show it to us, it looks like a brand new like game. Like that would, but like part of me is like Ubisoft's gonna try to sell a $60 Rayman game. Like I don't know. At face value, that doesn't seem like a great pitch, but
no, not very much.
But maybe it will be when we see it. Maybe when we see it, we're like, it looks beautiful. I can't wait to play it. I don't know. So, XBS in the chat says Rayman 1 has never been remade. Rayman 2 has got a ton, and 3 got those HD remasters.
Maybe they would do like a reimagining of 1.
I think they did some Rayman stuff on mobile. I think there are like some Rayman HD games, and that might be what he's talking about, 2 and 3. But yeah, like Rayman 2, I think it was 2. Hang on, now I gotta check myself. N64 Rayman games.
Yeah, that I never really got into that, and then
2.
I don't know why I got Rayman Legends.
I can still see the cartridge, like like the sticker on the cartridge. It's a 3D platformer. It's like it's like Banjo and all that stuff of that time, and it's like fits right next to those. I liked it a lot. So
knowing the trends, they'll remake Rayman Legends, which does not need to be remade.
True. Yeah. Charge that again, it'd be twice as much as it used to be. But pour one out for Prince of Persia, and I'll say it again, if nobody has played it, Prince of Persia is incredible. It's still, to this point, it's still in my top 5 games I've played this year at this very moment. I really, really liked it. It's really good.
Sitting back there, and I haven't opened it yet.
Especially on Switch. It's definitely one of the best. Hang on. Blaring Echoes, this is my highest rated Switch game of the year right now.
And that came out like so early on in the year, too. What was it, February, January?
Yep. It stayed there the whole time. The game was really good. Mario and Luigi Brothership stuff. We learned that it was developed by Acquire, and if you don't know who they are, they developed Octopath Traveler and Way of the Samurai. It's also developed with Unreal Engine. It's also been dumped online ahead of release, and people are ROM dumping it and playing it for free. So, yay!
So watch out for spoilers. They're out there.
I saw
gameplay footage,
spoilers jumped out there.
YouTube thumbnails.
Did you see those?
See what?
I saw Life is Strange spoilers have hit.
I heard they're out there. I'm avoiding the internet. I'm not looking. I heard though. Yarden was posting, oh no, spoilers.
So Brotherhood, Brothership. I'm not planning to get it or play it. Mario and Luigi's never been my thing, but it looks great. Like the art style and everything looks really nice. So interested to see how it lands with folks. Are you gonna get it?
No.
Is anybody on our team? It's like, oh, is Delvin gonna, like, I don't think anybody's gonna get it.
Doesn't Delvin get everything?
I think eventually, yeah, sort of. Just like I haven't seen anybody even in our chat, like in Discord. Like I don't think anybody was really too interested.
People in my group chat are excited about it, but they like Mario. They like anything Mario.
Is this like a Garrett game?
Maybe.
Interesting. The plot thickens. All right, more fun stuff. Before I even read into this, here's what I was going to say. I'm going to read you this rumor, and this rumor is about the Switch 1. And my take on it was going to be like, well, this seems really believable because why would you release this instead of like Switch 2 stuff? But we have Switch 2 stuff too. So like, wait, there's more. So like all kinds of stuff started happening yesterday.
We're going to have to officially end the podcast once the Switch 2 comes out because what are we going to talk about?
All right, so this rumor is coming from PH Brazil, which on Reddit everybody calls Pornhub Brazil, which is hilarious, and I like that. So this comes from Pornhub Brazil. What does 2025 look like for Switch 1, not Switch 2? He says that Nintendo is courting third-party developers for remasters on Switch 1 because Nintendo's teams are busy with Switch 2 games. That this initiative is to make sure that Switch 1 owners who don't immediately upgrade to Switch 2 still have some new games to play next year. Metroid Prime 4 is the last big original project from Nintendo slated for Switch 1. Says
I don't like
that there is a 3DS and a GameCube remake in the works for Switch 1 next year. Didn't say what they are, but a 3DS
can we
game.
speculate?
Yeah, what do you think? What is 3DS game?
Well, it's not gonna be Samus Returns if they're
that's
trying
really
to put
good,
out
though.
Metroid Prime 4.
Samus Returns and like Dread's Engine sounds great.
Yeah, but they wouldn't do that. It could be a Link Between Worlds to get Zelda content out there.
Don't get me excited.
I know.
Like that's what I want it to be, but I feel like with Echoes, like I mean, I guess maybe. Yeah, I mean, I could see it, but I don't know.
It could be a Fire Emblem title if there isn't one ready to come out on the Switch.
You remake Awakening, and I will. I don't know. I don't want to say explicit things. I'll lose it. That would be ideal for me.
It could be some weird thing like Tomodachi Life or Ever Oasis or one of those little
kind of what
nuggets.
I was thinking. Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. I was thinking something like that.
GameCube remake.
I mean, the Zelda games are there. They're already done. You could pull them, right? I don't think that's it. I don't think they release one and not the other.
Yes, they would. That's how they will do it.
Okay, well then if you think that, then sure, why not that one? But what else? I was thinking like F-Zero.
F-Zero is a good possibility.
I was thinking something more obscure that you could get it out there on Switch and like.
I would love Eternal Darkness.
That's never happening.
I know it's
the
not.
Rights, yeah, the rights and stuff like that.
I know, but that's what I just would love it, Donnie.
XBS says honestly the easiest thing is one of those Prime games that we still don't have. I mean, that makes the most sense.
Oh yeah, well wait, that was on Wii, wasn't it? Oh no, the third one was on Wii.
Yeah, the third one was on Wii. Prime 2 was on. Like that would count.
So right,
it could be GameCube game.
Yeah, but would they do that N4?
But why would you do 1 and 4? Like, why would you only do 1 and 4, not 1, 2,
I don't know.
and 3 and 4? Like, you got to do them all. Like I said, I think you should release every one of them, and then 4, and then do a trilogy, like a compilation of all 4 of them.
Star Fox Adventures.
I would actually love that, but I don't think they'll do that either. But I don't know. We'll see. So he says that Metroid Prime 4, a 3DS, and a GameCube remake, but then. This is where the plot thickens. He specifically goes on record to name games that he knows is coming to Switch. These are ports from third-party developers. Ubisoft, Splinter Cell Blacklist, the Wii U title. Apparently, this is a remake or like a remaster that's coming to all platforms. I believe it because Ubisoft for the last couple of years has dropped a lot of Splinter Cell stuff. It looks like they're ready. They're readying to kind of relaunch some Splinter Cell franchise. So that I believe. Rayman 3. He says this is not connected to the Rayman remake. So apparently they're looking at releasing more Rayman games, which I think checks out. This one is the one that blew me. Driver 1 and 2. Which I would love. I really like the Driver series, and I hated that it just disappeared. Like we just stopped doing it all of a sudden. But yeah, I mean that sounds cool. I would buy Driver.
That's Ubisoft?
Yeah. I would buy Driver. I would. And I have it on Steam, and I would buy it on Switch 100%.
I don't know anything about it.
It's like a drive. You just drive around and do fetch quests, or like races, or like you ram cars. It's just, it's like
amazing.
It's like it's an open world driving game where you just go around doing little driving. It's like a Grand Theft Auto.
I was going to say, driving. Is it like safer work Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, it's just but just that. And they have like stupid little cutscene stories and stuff like that where you have to like run a package through the timer, or like, ram the dump truck before it reaches its destination. It's just silly little stuff like that. But I always liked them when I was little. He says that
Garrett, we're too young for Driver. That's why.
Well, I think that's probably true. I'm dating myself here with Driver. There are 2 additional Ubisoft games under consideration. This is the bullet point that I wanted to talk to you about. It says that EA is providing an additional Wii game.
Why not an N64 game?
Are you
It could
trying
have
to
been Beetle Adventure Racing.
Beetle Adventure? Right? You in this damn game? I had looked this up and I don't remember now. So
EA Wii games.
I want to, EA Wii games.
Ooh.
Because I think I know what it is, or at least I have a good guess on what it is.
Sim
But it's not what-
Animals.
But it's not what I want it to be. Let's see here.
I only see
GameCube,
a bunch of junk.
Wii. Okay, so I think it's My Sims Racing, which listen to me, like your Beetle Adventure Racing, has a very devout following. There are people that fucking love that game.
Okay.
And they just did the My Sims and the My Sims Kingdom and stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's probably it. It's not what I want it to be, though. I want it to be the Godfather Black Hand Edition, because I absolutely love that damn game on Wii and would lose my shit if it came back. So I wanted to ask you, is there an EA Wii game that you would like to see?
Nope.
No.
There's not.
All right, so I'm going to read you just a couple that stick out to me. And you say yay or nay if it's possible. Like you're the judge of plausibility. Monopoly.
Yay.
Hasbro Family Game Night.
Nay.
No?
I don't know.
Like,
maybe, sure. Yay, maybe.
I could totally see that being
Sure.
it. Like, I'm getting all excited. I'm like, man, maybe they'll do a sports game or Godfather. And it's
I could see
Hasbro Family Game Night.
Sure.
Spore Hero.
I have no idea. Spore Hero? Is that like Guitar Hero?
Do you remember Spore?
People? Spore?
Do you remember? Yeah.
No.
Oh.
What is Spore the game? What is this? What? This is not coming back. Nay. There's not a chance this is coming back. No.
Spore was kind of a whole
Spore
thing
Hero?
in this era of video games. Spore was like this thing. It was like this, like it was E3 flop. The game was a flop, but it was a thing at the time. You're like 2008 ish. Yeah, Spore was a thing. Okay, back to it. Monopoly Streets.
Yay.
EA released some trash, man, for the
That's
Wii.
why I said I Googled it and I did not see anything of note at all.
Okay, this I think could be it. EA Sports Active 2.
Was that like a fitness game?
Yeah, of course.
2?
2. Only the second one, not the first. Littlest Pet Shop, Friends.
I used to love Littlest Pet Shop when I was a kid.
I got her. She's all in. She's like, let's go, EA. I would love if it was Dead Space Extraction. They won't do that. They're not going to be that nice to us. Let's see here. Any other ones I want to make fun of before we move on? It won't be a Medal of Honor game. That would be good. It could be. And then this is legit. It could be a Need for Speed game. There's like 4 of them on Wii. So it absolutely could be one of those. The only other one I've Boom Blocks with an X.
Blocks. I don't think they would do something like that because who's buying it?
Yeah. Well, earlier in the year when they were like EA's about to release some remasters, and I was like, what could it be? Could it be Godfather? And it ended up being My Sims. My Sims
People
Kingdom.
are excited about My Sims.
People like them. I don't know. I've never played the My Sims, but I have, like, the Wii history in me. I have learned and heard about My Sims Racing for a long time. People like My Sims Racing a lot. Yeah. It has like a story mode. It's like a kart racer with a story, and the story, I think, is what got people. People like the little story mode, and it's got the janky little me visuals. Like, everything looks bad, and you roll around this bad looking game. It's kind of like, it's like very South Parkish, not in humor, but like in look. Yeah. That's what I think it's going to be. Okay. I wish it was Medal of Honor or The Godfather or any sports game of note, but I think it's going to be My Sims Racing. He says there's a couple games from Bandai being worked on. Of course, I think that's always the case.
Pokemon Snap 3.
And it's going to be, Tales of Ecclesia, remastered, duo, you know, Shin Megami Tensei 5 or something. You know, it's gonna be something like that.
There's already Shin
Um,
Megami Tensei 5, Donnie.
they said there's 2 releases from big Western third-party publishers, but he did add, I can't corroborate this rumor, so I'm not so sure on it. He threw that in at the end. So that's what you're looking at for the Switch. The Switch, you're looking at a couple remakes from Nintendo, some ports from Ubisoft and EA, and indie games, of course, smaller games, and that's like what 2025 at this point is leading us to believe. You got Donkey Kong, which I am definitely buying. That's your final year of the Switch. What do you think?
I think it's more than what anyone deserves.
Interesting.
I don't need them to draw it out. I need them to just start putting exclusives on the Switch 2 and get people to buy it. I don't care. I'm not all about keeping a dead console alive.
That's my next question. Do you think Nintendo does a lot of cross-gen games?
They better.
Do you think they release on Switch 1 and 2?
Well, I mean, I think certain titles should be. But the more they do, the fewer people are going to upgrade to the Switch 2, and then they're going to be like, "Oh no, the console failed. We're going to stop supporting it."
I think you cut it off at Metroid. You announce that Metroid Prime's coming to both, and that's it.
Yeah.
And
I
my
think that
big
would be
question to
fair.
you is, what does that mean for Pokemon? Do you do both for Pokemon?
Pokemon, I feel like Nintendo really pushes for them to do the new console so that it sells, because people will buy a new console for
There's
Pokemon.
150 million Switches out there that could buy that new Pokemon game.
Yeah, but there's 150 million people who will buy a console for Pokemon.
I mean, I'm with you. That's the one that I'm like, I could see that being on both. Outside of those two, I feel like if there's a new Mario game, a new kart, like that's all Switch 2 exclusive.
They've never done it. They've never cross-released Pokemon.
We'll see. I mentioned that there's Switch 2 rumors. I don't really know where they're coming from. I really don't. So I wrote this down. I saw yesterday Central Leaks was like, there's a lot of smoke out there. So I opened up my Reddit and I went to the rumors thread. And apparently Pioro is back. He's renamed his account. It's like all locked down in private, but he changed his name to like the eyeballs emoji, and that's got people going like, what's going on? And then Pornhub Brazil was like, it might be this week. And now the Switch 2 mania is on again. You open up your YouTube, there's people making videos, there's threads on Reddit, people are trying to connect the dots, like mania is happening again. I don't think there's any like actual evidence that any of this might be true. There are some threads where people are like looking at Nintendo stock allotments and like they're getting low, so they're like, here we go. And there's something going around, and this is how much I care about this. I'm probably screwing this all up because I haven't tried to actually learn what this is. But apparently there was an employee of Nintendo, like maybe in the marketing division or something, America, that reacted to Yuka Replayly's tweet with like the eyes emoji, and people are taking that as some sort of evidence that something's happening.
So I know the first part of this. Yuka Replayly announced that it would be coming to like PS5, Xbox, and
Switch.
a Nintendo console.
Yeah,
no,
Nintendo
that's not
I'm sorry.
what they said.
That's what I meant to say. Nintendo console. You're right.
Nintendo console.
I meant to say Switch 2, but they didn't say
Nintendo
Switch 2.
Switch. They
The
said
next
a
Switch.
Nintendo. They didn't even say that. They just said a Nintendo console.
Alarmo.
And that's, I think, what the eyeballs is.
Alarmo. Yeah.
Oh my god.
3DS. Yuka Replayly coming out on 3DS exclusively. Yeah, that is. So people are running rampant with this. I don't know. I think people want to find something to believe in, and I think that's maybe what's happening here.
I mean, the same thing is with Taylor Swift and Reputation.
Yeah,
people
true.
try to connect the dots when there are no dots.
You keep trying, you'll eventually be right sooner or later. Maybe you for my sake, I hope you are. That would be great if it was this week, but I'm not holding my breath. We'll see. Echoes of Wisdom was the US's 4th best-selling game this September. Foreigners are creating problems at the Nintendo Museum, Rebecca.
That's gross. I hate that.
They keep taking photos of areas you're not supposed to take photos in.
I'll do that.
Somebody actually touched one of the consoles and unplugged one of the controllers.
Why are people like this? This is why we can't have nice things. Stop ruining it for everybody.
I wanted to ask you about this because it is something that comes up. I don't want to say a lot, but like when I'm out in public or especially at like a concert, everybody's like in the crowd with their phone, right? So like this is a part of it. Like
Yeah.
social media has turned, like if you didn't take the photo or the video or you didn't TikTok or tweet, like you weren't there, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So it is interesting that like Nintendo's like, you need to turn your phone off. You're not allowed to take a photo of this. That feels, it's kind of like you can't share the gameplay of this game with, like, of course it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to do? Of course, like I'm of two minds because I'm actually the type where I'm like, yeah, turn your phone off, like experience it while you're there. But then I also look at the world. I'm like, nobody's going to do that. Like,
Mhm.
like that's a nice thing to say, but nobody gives a shit. Nobody's doing that at all. People want the photo. They want their photo. The
Yeah.
selfie is taken over society.
It's sad. I mean,
Oh,
I'm somebody who will, there's situations I will try to like, take the picture, take the video, but like I'm not going to hold up the phone for the entirety of the concert. I'm not going to, take pictures of what I'm not supposed to. If there's like certain exhibits you're not supposed to take a picture of, there's a reason they don't want you to. Like,
I'm not a museum goer, but I think this is like a common museum thing. Like, you can't take photos of like certain like art and stuff. They don't want people taking photos of it.
well, I know that like back in the day, they didn't want people to take flash photography of art because over time that flash can like degrade the colors of, the paintings and stuff. But I think for Nintendo's case, they just don't want too much online so that people are like, oh, I saw everything on the internet. I don't need to go visit it.
Yeah, could be. As we mentioned, you could replay these coming to the next Nintendo system.
Allegedly.
I didn't see this in their trailer, but there was an Xbox blog article that said the Xbox owners will be provided a discount at launch. No idea if that applies to anybody else but Xbox at the time. But
Interesting.
I don't like that they're like, it's the same game and it's new and more expensive. It's like, it's a bit much.
Yeah. Agreed.
Disney Dreamlight Valley is having a showcase next week. Are you into this?
No.
I thought maybe you were. I don't know why I thought that.
I think I tried it. I don't know. I can't get into something like that. It's too much. It's way too much for me.
You can play A Little to the Left, Curse to Golf, and Vampire Survivors if you're a Nintendo Switch Online member until October 30th.
Listen, Donnie, I need to find time for
Tuesday.
this because
Wednesday.
this is very close to what we were talking about with an Nindy's Game Pass. These are 3 fantastic free games that NSO players can play on their Switch.
You should play Vampire Survivors.
I
For
want to
sure.
play A Little to the Left.
I thought you already had that game.
No.
I have that game.
I've had it
Melissa loves
wishlisted
that
for
game.
a while. I want to
Then
play
you
it.
should play it. Yeah, Melissa loves that
Was
game.
Curse to Golf one that you liked?
I didn't like it.
You didn't?
I like it.
Okay.
It's like a roguelike. I don't like rogues.
Okay. Okay.
But Vampire Survivors is really good, and we're about to read why it's getting even better soon. Guess what I didn't like about this news?
What?
That they put these fucking icons on my Switch without my opting in or allowance. Like I turned on my Switch the other day, and Curse to Golf, A Little to the Left, and Vampire Survivors were all sitting there as advertisements telling me to like, hey, click to install. Well, it happened to me.
That didn't happen to me.
And I was like, what is this bullshit?
I have not heard of that happening to anybody else. I don't know what your Switch is doing.
It's a thing. That's the thing that they do.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never happened to me.
So that's a surefire way for me not to try anything. I deleted that stuff immediately. It was like, I don't like this. Don't do that.
I think because I have automatic downloads not turned on. Maybe have automatic downloads on.
I do have automatic updates on.
I don't. That's crazy. I would never.
So it's like, put that shit in the news channel. Like that's what the news channel is for. They like have like a little like something else. Put it in the NSO app. Don't put that shit on my home screen. I hate when anybody does this. I can't stand it. PlayStation does this. Xbox has a whole tile for an advertisement. Like I opened up my Xbox one day and it was like, "Do you want a Big Mac?" I was like, "I'm gonna throw you in the fucking trash."
Yeah, that is stupid. That's
like
ridiculous.
I hate this so much. Okay. Speaking of Vampire Survivors, their Ode to Castlevania DLC is announced for Halloween. It'll include 20 new characters, 40 new weapons, more whips than you can count on one hand. I'm definitely getting that. 100%.
Did Vampire Survivors come out this year or last year?
Last year.
Okay.
Yeah. Fun game. Super
Yeah.
fun game.
Yeah.
Especially, again, as we talk about jank, low poly, like simple aesthetic type of game that like took over the world. Like this is all of the shit. Team 17 is bringing the Worms Armageddon Anniversary Edition. It'll include Super Nintendo's Worms, the Genesis Worms Party. I'm sorry. Worms Armageddon for Super Nintendo, Worms and Sega Genesis, the Master Drive, Worms Party from Game Boy Advance. Do you want a Worms collection of old ROMs? Yeah, neither do I. And then details emerged for I don't want to say canceled, a pitch for a Donkey Kong game that Vicarious Visions was pitching to Nintendo to let them make. It was originally going to be dubbed Donkey Kong Freedom. It was going to be a 3D Donkey Kong game, open world, featuring platforming, obstacles to jump on, and vine swinging, as they called it, vine grinding.
That would have gone south very fast. Vine grinding, really?
Think of Tony Hawk, but Donkey Kong.
Oh.
I think it sounds. I mean, I'm all. I mean, yeah, it sounds great to me.
Okay. What happened?
But, apparently, I didn't write it down. Miyamoto didn't like something about it, and that kind
of course, Miyamoto is like needs to retire.
There's like Did You Know Gaming on it, and there's also an article written up. If people want to know more, you can actually go. And I think there's even there's screenshots and stuff.
Did we already talk about how Echoes of Wisdom is the first Zelda game to not have Miyamoto in the credits?
Yeah, we did when it came out.
And you know what? We're better for it.
There's nothing. Miyamoto is a legend, the grandfather of this entire industry. So I'm not going to throw that.
Who needs to go take a nap?
And I think he is. Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's doing now. He's like fucking around with movies and shit. Like I think that's what's going on. But yeah, and it might have been it was the vine grinding, not the name. It was the mechanic. He didn't like something about the mechanic. So it never came. And this was supposed to be a Switch game. This isn't like some long lost N64. This was going to be a Switch game. They talked about it. You remember on the Wii U, we had and maybe the Switch. God, is it that long? Remember we had the Skylanders game where they had like the Donkey Kong and Bowser Skylander, like the little carts and stuff.
Yeah.
This was after that. So they did that and they were like, hey, we have an idea for a Donkey Kong game we want to make. And Nintendo was thinking about it because they didn't have any plans for Donkey Kong because Retro had just made Tropical Freeze. So they looked into it. They kind of scrapped it, did like a demo, a vertical slice, pitched it Nintendo. And yeah, apparently Miyamoto didn't like the mechanic. So it never happened, but could have been.
Why does it always come down to Miyamoto? Who even is he? Who is he to say?
The creator of all of these things you love so much. Like, if not him, then who? He'd be the one I would trust the most. He made these damn things.
Can't trust him. Can't trust him. He's out of touch.
Part of me wants to, and this is definitely where like corporate America probably doesn't jive with Japanese culture, because part of me is thinking like, you have no plans for Donkey Kong at all for years ahead. Just make the game just to get it out there. Like just to have something, like just make the game, like here's somebody pitching in a Donkey Kong game. It's like, let them try it. But the reason we love Nintendo is that we value their brands because they don't do shit like this with their brand, because they're not Crash and Spyro. They're like, oh, you want to make a Spyro? Like everybody gets to, like, they're special. So like, this is the reason that these things are. I'm sure there's probably hundreds of stories just like this from people pitching Nintendo games that never get made. This is probably just one that we've learned about, but it's interesting. It is interesting. I just want more Donkey Kong in my life. That's not like Donkey Konga,
Yeah,
like I want like a.
It's amazing that we've
Donkey
gone
Kong
this
game.
long without.
It's been
like how is that possible?
Yeah, and I've pitched a bunch of times. Like even just take it back to basics. I would love a Donkey Kong or like make a modern retro Donkey Kong game.
That'll never happen.
Like NES remake, like just make a modern Donkey Kong game and just like get Donkey Kong stuff out there.
It's not gonna happen.
I think Nintendo is ripe to make a bunch of like indie-ish versions, like games with their franchises. Like I told you before, you like a side-scrolling or a like a shoot 'em up, like a side-scrolling like bullet hell game, but it's Star Fox. Like do that.
Wish they would.
Make
I wish
like
they
a
would.
clone or something. Call it Star Fox, Put that
They
shit on
should do
NSO.
that.
Sell
They
it for
should,
$20,
because I think
$25.
it would appeal to a lot of people, but I think they are like, no, kids don't like pixels.
I hate that. I hate
I
that. 'Cause it's
know,
like,
it's horrible.
I would totally give you $30 if you just made a new Donkey Kong game, like just an old, like actual, like jump the ladders, swing the vine Donkey Kong. Like just give me actual Donkey Kong game. It doesn't have to be open world 3D. It doesn't have to be a $30 million joint. Like just get 6 people together in a room. Say, hey, we want you to make an 8-bit, 16-bit Donkey Kong game, not a platformer, Donkey Kong game. Just do that. You know, give us Donkey Kong 99. Like, look at how great that was for Mario. And like, I there's like some meat on that bone, like to demake some stuff that you're not doing anything with.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly.
Anyway, that's the news.
That's the news.
That's the news.
Oh, geez. All right. We have some questions directly from listeners like you.
Get excited.
And you can send us questions if you're a listener and you don't know how to send us questions. Post them in our Discord linked in the show notes, or you can at us on Twitter, or you can reply to our weekly tweets asking for questions. We will answer them. Starting with Kyle the Pug. All of the Mario characters are put into a horror film. Who dies first in the intro? Who dies throughout the movie? And who are the final survivors? Well, Mario has to live. That's
what?
Mario's got to live.
We disagree completely. I'm really upset that Delvin's not here because I have a take that I wanted to bounce off of him. Why does Mario have to live? Explain your work.
Main character.
The main character never lives. That never happens.
Really?
That's not how horror movies happen.
I don't watch horror movies.
Okay, so here's
all
how
right. You take the reins.
There's a final girl. That's a whole trope in all horror. Like there's a final girl, so it's got to be a woman, and it can't be, and it's not going to be Peach, because I think Peach, she's the main one, right? She's the popular one. She's the slutty one. Can't be her. So it's Daisy. It's Daisy. Daisy's going to live to the end somehow. She's just going to like fall to the end and survive, right? Unless, here is the curveball I was going to throw. Unless they announce Yoshi's a girl, and that's like the huge twist. Like, no, like that it's totally there. It could happen, but maybe the sequel. Maybe save it for the sequel. So that's what I was thinking. Oh, Mario dies first for sure.
Okay.
Like, if not in the opening credits, after you introduce the new characters. So like maybe in the opening credits, it's somebody not as important. So
like Luigi.
Yeah, I think he's more important than that. Like, we need come down a bit. Come down a tier or 2. Like somebody's on the way to meet Mario and Luigi and they die before they ever get there. And
like
nobody
Rosalina.
They're like, where's Rose? Like she never made it. Right. Yeah. And she just died in the opening scene, the opening credits. She died. You get the title screen. Then you meet the campers. You meet Mario, you meet Peach, you meet Daisy, you meet Luigi, you meet Yoshi. Everybody's there. And then one by one they go. And of course, Mario's got to go because he thinks he can take the killer. Yeah. He's like, this is no joke. And then Jason just awesome. Just you're done. Right. Yeah. And then we find out that Peach all alone was really into Luigi. So they were getting it on. And then both of them are gone because you can't have sex. Right. You're dead. And then in the end, Daisy's alone on the rowboat. She made it. Right.
Unless, with Yoshi, again, who will be important for the sequel.
Unless we're doing sleepaway camp and it's revealed that Yoshi's a girl. And then that could be the final girl. Because you're sitting there like, where's the final girl? And then you're like, oh, the whole time. That's the twist. That's how that works.
I will trust you. You have experience with these kind of movies.
Now I really want to hear what Wario. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Wario's totally the bully character who gets killed towards the end, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waluigi's the guy that dies in the beginning. Like he's backpacking on his way to the camp, and he gets off before he ever gets there.
Where Waluigi is like found to be working with the villain the whole time, with the creatures, the monsters.
That could be.
And then he ends up getting
killed. Could be a twist. That's very Scream of you. Could be happen. Yeah. Very good. Good question. Liked it.
All right. Logan asks us, do you think GTA 6 will come to the Switch too? No. Nope. We'll be lucky if GTA 4 comes to the Switch too.
Maybe via the cloud? Could we see cloud version? Could that be a thing?
GTA 5 or nothing.
5 on Switch would be dope though.
It would be.
I'd buy it. and
won't be.
replay it
It
again.
won't be
I'd buy it
6.
and play the whole thing again. 100% I would.
It won't be 6.
Yeah, definitely not.
Sorry, Logan. Play it on the other 20 million places you can play it.
It would be in the final year of the Switch 2.
Wicked Wren asks, the Switch got some great third-party experiences for its first half of its life, but slowed down a bit due to weak hardware. Do you think as time goes on, the same could happen to the Switch too? Like the first half could be filled with stuff, graphical, intense stuff on the go, like Resident Evil 4 Remake, but as games advance, we'll see that less. I mean, I think that there was still some really great third-party experiences as the second half went on. I don't
You
really
just got Red
agree
Dead.
with
You got
you
Batman.
with that. I
Batman
think that
Collection, which is not a good
you
example,
know,
but it did happen.
I think, of course, the first half people are gonna it was very popular. Everybody wanted to jump on board. So I think just numerically, sure, there was a lot more in the first half just because people were jumping on board, but I don't think it was slowed down too much as time went on. I think that's just the nature of the console. Everybody wants to jump on board with their old ports,
I'm pretty
and
sure. I
then
think this is Delvin Jr. I think it's Delvin's son's screen name. I'm gonna I'll take a step further. I think where we are as an industry in gaming is less pushing that line forward. Like all the most popular games aren't, oh my god, you need a PlayStation 5 Pro to run it at 30 frames because it's so graphically. That's not where the industry is, and it feels like it's going away from that. Like I'm sure we will always have the people that want to push the tech forward. But I feel like the games that are most popular, Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty you can play on a PlayStation 4. You don't need a Series X or a PlayStation 5 to play. Fortnite, you can still play on old hardware, let alone new hardware. You can still play on old hardware. So, and I feel like that's a trend that's going to keep happening because it feels like the gamers that are coming into the market are less focused on pushing the boundary as far as it can possibly go. I feel like that's an old hat thing. So I think as the Switch 2 enters the market, I think it'll probably get more third-party support than the Switch even longer into its life, because I feel like that's the industry now. Companies want to make games that can reach as many players as possible, not only on like boutique hardware, right? That feels like a very Sony thing. Like Sony is like, check out the ray tracing and the visuals in our games, and we've updated, and $600 you can play it better than ever. It's like, yeah, but nobody else is doing that. It's like the Series S, phones and shit. Like that's where gamers are.
I agree with you. And I'm saying that because I wasn't listening at all because I was being blackmailed. I was being blackmailed in my private messages from Yarden, threatening to release the clip that says something nasty about Miyamoto. I said, release it. I'm not ashamed.
But yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm sure I agree with everything you just said, though.
I think the Switch 2 will be able to run most games probably at 30 frames per second just fine.
Oh, yeah. And I think people, with a lot of backwards compatibility, but I think people will be, wanting to throw, as it's getting popular, as people are getting the Switch 2, people want to throw their games up on it no matter what.
You look at it as much. There is a market for better hardware and better graphics cards, but like where the gamers are, they're playing these games at 600p on their Steam Deck. Like
Nintendo was never where people were doing that.
Yeah.
So Jay Allen asks, if you were passing out Switch games for Halloween this year, I wish I could do that. I wish I had infinite money to be able to do that.
I'm handing out Pokemon cards.
Ooh, they'll love that. You're going to be the most popular house.
Pokemon packs.
Yeah, that's great. Jay Allen wants to know, what game are you giving the bratty kid down the street as a trick? That's a good
Without question, undoubtedly, Endless Ocean 2. Fuck that kid. That game takes the cake, man. That game sucks.
Oh geez, this is a fun question. I want to give a really good answer.
XBS's Balan Wonderland. Remember that? That was a whole thing.
God. Like I want to say something like, Super Mario Strikers or something, but
Oh man, no, that'd
kids
be
will
good.
probably enjoy that.
Everybody's 1-2 switch.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Everybody's 1-2 switch. Yeah. Maybe like a Super Mario Party now that Jamboree is out, or like Splatoon 2 that is not going to get updated ever again. Like games that just are not relevant anymore.
Oh, Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, that was a good one.
I want to give the bratty kid down the street something like Shin Megami Tensei, or like, something that is they're not going to understand or not be able to play, or like not get any enjoyment out of because it's like too much for them.
What was that? Hang on a second. Let's see here.
Balan Wonderworld might be the best answer.
I was gonna say, it was a Little Town Hero.
Oh, that's what G-Man just said in chat.
Oh, did he? Oh,
yeah.
I was looking up. I was like, "What's the Game Freak game?"
Yeah, the one that like kind of came and went, and it was just like it existed.
Yeah.
The Game Freak's little project there.
Yeah. Oxenfree 2.
Wait, that got brought up in Shaq this week.
Yeah. Is it good? It's only $1. It's like, no, don't get it. It's not great.
I mean, for $2. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I liked it for $2. I didn't like it for, what was it, $30?
I wish we had refunds, so I could have got my money back from Oxenfree 2.
I liked it a little more than you did.
Definitely.
Chimp Biscuit asks us,
Love
what
it.
are some of your some favorite Mario Party mini games throughout the series history, and what is your preferred era of Mario Party games? My favorite of all time is Book Squirm. That is my favorite one, where the pages come down and you have to like kind of run and find the little holes and stand there, and then the pages come down faster and faster. All-time favorite Mario Party mini game.
I mean, I'm a sucker for all the golf games. You could make a Mario sports game that's just like all the sports mini games from Mario parties, and I would love it. Because like fun portable stuff.
3DS port. What if they do Mario Party 100?
Yeah, that
could be the remake.
I would rather be WarioWare Gold, but yeah.
That's a good one too.
So like the chip shot challenge, I think is what it's called, is like maybe my favorite. But you know what I miss? I miss when Mario Party reflected the other games. Like my favorite's Mario Party 2, and it's because you could play like the bobsled game or like the Mario face where you pull on the face and stuff. It was like assets from the other games. Like I wish we had more of that in like the newer Mario parties. It was actually like they would lift stuff from like, Odyssey and Mario Wonder and like play with that and make that Mario Party as opposed to it just being its own thing. Bobsled Run. Thanks, Kyle.
Which one's Bobsled Run?
It's like the penguin race. You jump on the thing and you race down like Mario 64.
Yeah.
Like Mario Party 1 and 2 and 3, I think like that era, a lot of their games were lifted like at like not either assets or like mechanics from other games.
Right.
We don't really do that anymore. Right. I would like more of that. I also would like
it too.
I would love if you expanded that to include like all Nintendo franchises. Like if you could play Mario Party and like do little dumb like Breath of the Wild shit and stuff, like that would be really
like
cool.
WarioWare, how WarioWare does.
Yeah. That would be fun.
That would be cool. My favorite Mario Party game was Mario Party 4 for the GameCube.
So I was going to ask, or I wasn't going to, but when I saw this question, the thing that I thought of is like, what do you think is like the best era generation of Mario Party? Because I am a 64 Mario Party person, but then my second one would probably be the Wii. I think I played the most.
I just never played any other besides 4 until it got to the Switch. My second
Wow.
Mario Party game was was Mario Party Superstars. So this is only my third Mario Party game.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So it's just pure nostalgia for me.
Yeah, Mario Party loved it. And then Mario Party 2 came out and was like, well, it's Mario Party. Like, never played it again. Mario Party 2 and 3 I played a shit ton of. And like when I ever want to replay Mario, that's exactly what I play. It's just like just those.
Yeah.
But I played a lot of, I wonder if it was like 8, maybe 9. Whatever the one on Wii was, we played a shit ton of that. And the thing about that one is, I don't know if it's because it was a great Mario Party or because it was like how big the Wii was.
I think that might have been.
Because the whole like my wife's parents would play Mario Party because it was like the Wii, like they knew the controller.
I feel like it was
the
very
motion
accessible
stuff
to them because of
the
remote.
So
was
we
very
played a
pointy.
lot, like Thanksgiving, holidays, birthday. Like we played a lot of Mario Party back in the day. Like when everybody got tired of playing kart, that was like that. You just okay, let's play Mario Party now. That was super
You
fun.
guys were that happy family commercial.
Not happy, no, definitely not happy.
Playing in the living room with all the Wii U motion controls.
I didn't like the Mario Party that was on Wii U, but I did like the one that came out on 3DS. We got that. That was actually my first ever review code from Nintendo.
I just don't understand how do
Party
you
on
do
3DS.
Mario Party on the 3DS? Like you can't play with other people.
You could. Remember Mario Party had a lot of local and online multiplayer. Like, or, I mean, not 3DS had a lot of local to online play stuff back.
Yeah, but other people would need to have the 3DS.
Of course. Yeah, and my family did. Me and my kids, like we played Triforce years ago, we played Star Fox together. I don't remember Mario Party. I think we did, but I don't remember. I just remember Mario Party was one of the first Nintendo games that like Nintendo of America gave us as an outlet.
That's nice.
We had a little run there back when we were blogging and stuff where we got in with somebody liked us, and we got several like 3DS games, got a lot of first party 3DS stuff, and then we stopped blogging and kind of went away. But I liked the Mario Party game. I don't remember which one it was though. I think the Switch though was all, and I'm sorry, I'm just dragging on. The point I was going to make is I think the Switch has a really good case for being like best Mario Party like era.
Probably.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Even the one that everybody hates is like, it's not awful. But the other two are way better. But like, was it Superstars and then now Jamboree? Both are like really good.
They're both very good.
These are like top 5 Mario Party games. Like these are really good games.
Although to be fair, Superstars takes a lot from old games. There's not like,
Sure. No, it's like a greatest hits. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Jamboree is fantastic.
Yeah, me too. I think Jamboree offers a lot for online play and the solo player.
Yeah.
And then Superstars is great for like mini game playing. Like if you just want to like hop in and it's the best of that.
Definitely.
Which I like a lot. So
good.
Star Rush. That was it. That was the first one we got from Nintendo was Star Rush.
Star Rush. I see.
Which I reviewed and I think I gave it an 8 and I think I was like 2 points higher than the rest of the internet. So we got some hate on. Okay. Of course Donnie likes it. And I did. It was fun.
That's okay. That's valid. Speak your truth.
Right?
Okay. I'm sad Delvin's not here because Crawler is asking what is the origin story behind F.U. Kyle the Pug?
Fuck you, Kyle the Pug. I have no idea.
I think it was just like
I've lost the plot.
Yeah, I've lost the plot too. I think he just was annoyed.
I can tell you what it is. No, that's not it at all.
Yeah, what was it?
It's just PSVG shenanigans. It's just what we do on PSVG. The shows are very different. And if the Nintendo Shack folks, I understand if you're just not in other games, you may not want to listen to PSVG. But if you're not, you're missing out on a lot because PSVG is its own fucking thing. Like we just do our own thing. And when Delvin really likes a listener, like he starts feuds with them. Yeah, like he creates feuds with them and he berates them. And Kyle was like the second or the first or second one of these. So it just became a thing and it kept going and it snowballed. And like all great things in podcasting, it becomes like a ritual that we do. Like the Rude Day segment. It's a ritual. Fuck you, Kyle.
Well, Delvin must really hate me then because all he does is compliment me.
Yeah, it's a different kind of it's a whole different kind of thing, Rebecca.
Deadman asks, my question to Shaq is, what sort of new feature would you like to see on Switch 2? So like new, so like we can't say Miiverse or Street Pass or themes, a new feature.
It's
I
tough.
would
I
like it
just want the OS to be better,
to
but that's not a new
dispense
feature.
$100 bills.
No, they'll have it the opposite way, or they'll have a thing you can attach it. You can insert them.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna do.
Achievements is the big answer, I think. XBS says achievements. I mean, Nintendo
I
hasn't
could
done
care
that.
less.
I don't really care either.
There's like achievement, like they're doing the thing. They're doing achievements like in games, and I know that doesn't count for people, but like I think for them, like it
I
does.
think
Like
that's
that's
fine.
a thing that they're doing.
Fine.
They're doing a lot of it too. It's like in most of their games now, they have like built-in achievements into the games.
I want to see an easier way to get our screenshots to our phones. I want to see like
That's
a
very good.
dedicated, they have the app, but I want to see a more dedicated communication between the app and the Switch, so that
Yeah,
like
that's very good.
I can send my screenshots and videos directly to the app to download. And I also want to be able to remote download, from the app as well. Like I want to be able to purchase a game on the app and then remote download it.
I just want, like, if I could just take your idea and embellish, I just want a better app.
Yeah.
I think there's so much that they're leaving on the table by reaching mobile that they're not doing. Imagine, let me just paint a picture. Imagine a Switch to, I just call it a Nintendo app that connects to your Switch 2 account. And let's say, crazy idea, you can play your Nintendo Switch online games on the phone.
Yeah.
And your save syncs via the cloud to your Switch.
That would be wonderful.
And you could do both of those things. And you can surf the eShop and you can buy games. And I said games plural. You can check out more than one game at a time. You can surf around and add multiples to a cart and check out
to more than one game at a time. What?
You could send your friends a message when you want to play, or let's say you could broadcast, you could hit a signal, I'm playing online, and it ping your friends that you are now searching for a party, and it's all in one Nintendo app. That, like it's just one app to do all of those things with. Sounds like a dream.
Gift games to my friends on my friends list
would be great.
I want to be able to send everybody on my friends list Undertale.
It's crazy how revolutionary that sounds to Nintendo, and it's like the industry, the world was there 10 years ago.
Yeah, at least sometimes.
These are things that are common now.
10 years ago was 2014. That was
and
before then.
And Nintendo is still not even there, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
do that. That would be great. I want more local play stuff. As we mentioned it when we're talking 3DS, that's something I actually miss about 3DS a lot. It was fine. I know it's super niche to expect houses to have multiple Switches and stuff, but it worked on 3DS, and for the families that like bought into it, it's an expensive thing to buy into, but it was super fun.
I was reminded recently that Clubhouse Games 51
it does
has that. There's an app that you can download to your Switch that is free. And if somebody else has Clubhouse 51 games, you can play with them without having to buy the software.
I would love more of that, because it was cool, especially in 3DS when you had certain games you didn't have to buy multiple copies of. You could share play one copy of the game. Mm-hmm. You just kind of create a little local area network and you connect and everybody can play together. Mm-hmm. It was super fun. And I'd like to see it come back. And it's very like family oriented, very Nintendo leaning. It's just like a very good initiative. Even if it doesn't make them a lot of money, it's like, it's just good. It's good for you. It's good for the brand. Just do it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just do it anyway. For all of your multiplayer stuff, you should be like, I should be able to do this with Mario Party, Mario Kart, Smash. Like I should be able to do that with all of those things. I should be able to play local play and not have to jump through who's on which account and buy 4 of the same game, and like stop doing all that nonsense. Stop it. What if we could do like NSO local play with all the NSO games? Like instead of doing the peer-to-peer multiplayer, like what if we could turn on and connect and play GoldenEye locally on every Switch?
That would be very cool.
It'd be super fucking
Just
awesome.
to have a better
Just do
connection.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would play more of that, especially NSO. Like, not even bring it to the new games, but to NSO. I would play NSO a lot more if we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I would play Mario Party. And
I think there's a lot of people who probably would.
Yeah. It'd be super fun.
All right. And finally, our last question comes from Yarden. He wants to know, what is the scariest game you have ever played?
Well, when I was little, it was Resident Evil 3 Nemesis and Clock Tower. And that's why those games are so kind of seared into my gaming history. Is why I bring them all up all the time. And the years that followed, I think as I just grew up, and get less scared of stuff. But it was PT, Playable Teaser. Are you aware of that one at all?
No.
Playable Teaser was this free game that dropped on PlayStation Network during the PS4 from Kojima. He was at E3. He's on stage. They were talking, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, some Metal Gear or something. And he was like, yeah, we got this thing, and it's called PT. And what it ended up being was like this little demo for... it was a demo of a horror game that was built to announce that he was working on a Silent Hill game.
Oh, wait, I did hear about that. The
game got canceled. But the demo is actually terrifying. And it's got tons of jump scares. And it's like a time loop. You have to constantly keep going and doing the same thing. But every time you do it, something's a little bit different, a little bit off. So like you get that familiarity of like, I know what I'm doing, but then something's way different and then you don't. And you're being hunted and jump scare. Like, it is very scary. At least at the time it was. I've played it 4 or 5 times now, so it's not scary anymore. But the first time, I remember like poking around the corner, like, what's down the hallway? It's very claustrophobic. I loved it. And maybe my favorite thing on PlayStation 4. So that'd probably be it for me.
That's very good. When I was a little kid, this is silly. I was so scared of the moon falling in Majora's Mask. It wasn't even that. It was the anxiety of it,
the dread
coming. Like, not even the act of it happening, but like the fact that it could happen.
Being on a clock and having to operate on it. That's why I hate that game.
It might explain a lot of the anxiety I have now. But like, I don't know why I didn't think this, but like for some reason I thought like it could erase all of your data and like you would have to start the game over again, and like just the repercussions of it falling were so bad. So scary for me.
I replayed most of Majora on 3DS with the remake, and I say I hate the game all the time. I adore that game's like vibe, its look. It's my favorite Zelda in that regard. Like, I love it for that reason.
Great. It's very great.
But I hate playing it because it takes everything that the reason I love the entire franchise and like uses it against me. Like, my whole thing, we talked about this last week with Echo. Like, my whole thing is like walking around, take your time, figuring things out, looking around.
Well, you can
and on
do
that game,
you can do that. You would,
but you're constantly being told not to. Like, you're constantly aware that you shouldn't be, and like it's just the whole Mission Impossible. Like, you better hurry up. It's like, I hate this.
You need to get comfortable with redoing the 3 days,
and I can't stand redoing things. I can't, like, that's why I hate.
You're not redoing it though. Like, I could write an essay on why it's not as bad as people think it is.
And this is why I don't play things like Deathloop. That's why anytime I get any game, I'm like, no, absolutely not. If I'm playing something and I lose a save and I have to retrack, like, I think my limit is like an hour. If I have to redo an hour, I'm like, no, that's it. And I just turn the game off.
Redoing it.
But you are.
But you're
not. But you are.
How? You don't lose anything.
But you do some. Like, you have to
Just think of it this way. You are staying the same. Everything that you've gained stays the same.
Sure.
It's just that you're going back in time and everyone around you is redoing stuff.
No, absolutely not.
Is it any different than Life is Strange on the short term?
Same. I just hate that. Same. It's always broke it for me. It's always, and the sad part is I look at it, the visuals, I'm like, oh, the music, it's so good. And it's like, but I wish they would just fix it. Just fix this.
I'm set out to change your mind. I will.
The reason that it's that way is because they rushed that game. Like, game is a rush job. That's why they put that clock. They're like, it'll make it fun, but it doesn't.
No, I don't think that's true at all.
It is.
No,
They made that game in like 18 months.
They did, but they didn't just say, "Oh, well, we'll just put in this feature just to make it fun." Like that. That's the whole mechanic. That's the whole point of the game.
Can't stand it.
Okay, whatever.
Hate it.
I also was quite scared by games like Until Dawn and The Quarry. That was very scary for me.
I was never. Yeah, I can't get with you there. I thought those games are funny.
They're scary.
But I actively try to kill everybody.
I was scared.
I'm like,
I
every time
actively tried to keep everyone alive, and they all died.
And I'm like actively trying. That's why I hated. This is my biggest issue of The Quarry. Is I kept making people trip and fall, and then nothing would happen. I'm like, kill them already! Like, what is going on? There was a couple campers that I really didn't like, and tried my best to get them killed and couldn't.
That's funny.
Yeah, very frustrating.
Yeah. Stick with me, and everyone will die. I was very scared of episode 5 of Life is Strange when all the weird things started happening, all the creepy things.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, your tolerance level for this is really low, isn't it?
Well, I love it. It's scary, but I love it. Yeah. I don't seek out scary games, so.
Yeah, like I've played things like Manhunt. You know, like
oh, I played Slender Man. That was scary.
Oh yeah, I played that on Wii U. That was super fun.
Real scary. That's it.
There's like this little I have to find it. I was like just scrolling threads and I came across this little comic strip. And it might be like it may be like a TikTok now. I think it's like animated. I think it is a TikTok. I might have sent it to you. It's like this little black and white kind of comic strip. And there's a girl. She's sitting on the floor with a controller in her hand, and I guess like her boyfriend's on the couch. And she exclaims, she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play the scary game." And he's like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "I'm gonna do it." And she goes, and then like you see like this very dark like cave that she has to enter, and she's just like staring at it. I'm
not doing it.
And he's like, "Are you gonna go in there?" She's like, "When I'm ready."
Like, I think waiting. He did send me that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very cute, but I kind of wish I miss that feeling. That's why I love when I find a good scary movie, like something that makes me scared. It doesn't even have to scare me. It's something that just gives me the chills or like gets the hair on my arms going. I love that feeling. I'm always chasing that feeling. That's why I'm watched so many things. But over the years, I'm just broken. You just like, immune to it. I find most of it just hilarious.
Not The Room.
Hmm?
The Room or Rooms or whatever they call. Oh, the coffee table.
The coffee table. Oh, the coffee table was great. Yeah, that was really good. It wasn't scary, but like I was like the whole time I was like, they are not going. They are going to go there. I just feel like they kept going forward when so many others would pull back. They were like, absolutely not. I love that. That was great. Before we go.
Yeah.
This is our last show before Halloween. Do you do anything for Halloween? You gonna watch anything? Any spookies?
No.
Even
I love Halloween, but I feel like I'm not in an environment that embraces it. I feel like my Halloween potential is like not lived. Like, so I live in a condo and I don't get any trick-or-treaters.
That is a bummer.
They all go to like big neighborhoods.
They go to neighborhoods, yeah.
Or they go to trunk or treat. Trunk or treat is very big now. I did go to trunk or treat for my school though, and it was fun.
Did you decorate your car?
Oh, for trunk or treat. Oh, no. I wasn't. It was for parents of the parents at our school. Like I was just there helping to run the event.
Did you decorate your office?
No, only I did last year, but I can't this year because we are packing up all our rooms because we're about to move schools.
Gotcha.
So
yeah,
maybe I'm in an environment that is not. And then also on top of that, my principal's like, yeah, like, we can't really go all out for Halloween because we have to be respectful of like the families that don't celebrate Halloween. So like you guys can do things, but like don't make it too big, and like you can dress up, but like don't make a big deal out of it.
I get fired.
Oh, I know.
Could you imagine me as a teacher? My whole room would be that. You'd come in and be a haunted house. Like, this is for the next 30 days of your lives. Like, this is what we're doing.
You have to call it fall celebration.
Oh, that is the worst. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much.
There's families that don't celebrate.
Oh, you remember that Chucky that I was going to buy that I was torn?
Yeah.
I bought it. It comes today.
Nice. See, I'm
It was
proud
on
of
sale,
you.
half off.
I'm proud.
I
See,
got it
there
for
you go.
$100.
There you go. Good
I
price.
knew I
There
was
you
like, if I just wait until they don't sell them
Yeah.
all, I'll get a deal.
Yep.
So I was going to ask you, there's a lot of Halloween movies that are like fun. They're not scary. Halloween Town, Hocus Pocus, things
Nightmare
like that. You
Before
don't want to watch?
Christmas.
Yeah, you don't want to watch any of those just to get in the
Yeah,
mood?
I will. I will probably do that.
Have you seen Hubie Halloween?
No.
That is an Adam Sandler Halloween movie that's on Netflix. You don't have to pay for it, and it is very good.
Okay, I'll check it out.
So I'd pitch that
I don't
one to
like
you.
Adam
Watch
Sandler,
that one.
but okay.
Oh, well, then maybe you wouldn't like it. It's funny, though.
I'm not like about like scary movies or games or anything like that, but I like the aesthetic of Halloween. I like decorating.
Which is why I pitch it. Because
love
it's a very
dressing
Halloween movie, not a scary movie, a Halloween
up.
movie.
Yeah, I love dressing up. I love like just the whole aesthetic of it.
I gotta go. My daughter's yelling at me.
Okay.
So that's it.
Was that a yell or was that a squeaky door?
That was a squeaky door, and my daughter's doing the. You want to come show Rebecca this thing you've done? Yeah, come.
I want to
show her.
see. Tell her I want to see.
Oh, come on! You can do TikTok. Come put your.
Can you edit it out?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not going
Wait,
to.
does Rebecca know New Girl?
Do you know New Girl?
I've seen the first episode of New Girl.
Yeah. So she's doing this thing with her hair. Where look at she's got this.
Wait! Oh
insert
my God!
that
You
does
look like her.
There you go.
Oh my God! Yeah, you
So-
pulled that off. That's
bad.
good. That's
Look
very
at my
good.
dress, it's so jazz.
It's so jazz, she says.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have something to
You
say
look
when we're
pretty,
offline
and I'm proud of you.
about New
Nope,
Girl.
This isn't the outfit for that.
Right?
I can't say because so I will
Is that what I'm
tell.
supposed to say?
What's she saying?
You
What?
look pretty, and I'm
What did
proud
she
of you.
say?
I don't know
Yeah.
what she said. What'd you say?
Tell her it looks great.
There you
It's
go.
really bad, but it's okay,
No, it's
'cause
not bad. It
supposed to
looks
be.
really good.
She says
Oh,
not
thank
bad.
you.
I recognize it. You're good. You're good.
She said you did it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, so I gotta go. I gotta take her to trunk or treat.
Okay. Oh, see, there you go. Love it.
There you go.
All right,
Bye.
Googlings. Have a great week. We will see you next time.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?